So hey everyone, we are in the last part of our Wyoming trip. We spent 4 days. We were going to spend 5 days, but we spent 4 days at Yellowstone because everyone was telling us we needed to come to the Grand Teton, which we're going to just do a day trip down here and see the mountains, but we decided it was kind of on our way to the next place, so we got a campsite. We got a pretty decent campsite here, you can see. We didn't even unhook because we're just going to stay one day. We've had a little bit of rain on and off, but we did get to drive through the road that crosses all of the Grand Tetons, and pretty amazing. The mountains are beautiful. There's a lot of hiking trails and really good biking here. So if you want to go biking, this would be the place. Yellowstone, not as much. At least where we saw, there wasn't as much biking kind of stuff. But anyway, so we had a really good time there. Now, Mark and I have just been discussing some of the things we did. So let's talk about them. So because I'm going to show you some of the views and some of the things we saw at Yellowstone. So Mark, what were some of the...
Well, the first one was Mammoth Hot Springs.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Okay, you already got that one in there?
So let's talk about from when we camped.
Then we went down to Grant Village.
Yeah, when we got to Grant Village, which is on the west side, entering the west side of Yellowstone. We had a pretty good, I really liked our area. It was right by the geyser, Old Faithful.
Yeah, we took the outer way and went through Montana and then back into Wyoming.
Yeah. Anyway,
to this map.
Anyway, so we first of all, of course, saw Old Faithful.
Yes.
Very impressive,
we got set up, and then we went to see Old Faithful.
Pretty cool because we got we got there, and it shoots off every hour, and we roughly, and we got there, and there were all these people sitting there, and we were like, oh, let's go walk up, and within about 15 minutes, it shut off, so we got to see it.
We got a great image.
I got a video. I'll put it in there so you can see it. I'll speed it up so it doesn't take so long because it was about 2 minutes that it was shooting up. Then we walked all around the basin.
And then around Old Faithful, there's a lot of walkways that go on these other little
hot springs
and little geysers, and I mean, it's just amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Because you're on a volcano.
I have some pictures of that I'll put on at the end.
And Old Faithful was very good. And then another trip we made on the other day was down to the West Thumb. And the West Thumb has the West Thumb Geyser Basin.
Yeah.
So on the water, and it's a thumb of Yellowstone Lake, but on the water, you can walk around all these places and see bubbling even under the water of the basin, the basin.
Yeah, of the thumb.
Yeah.
We thought that was really cool because all of a sudden you're looking at this huge body of water. I mean, it's part of the lake, and you see it bubbling, and I'm thinking, how hot is that? But then we saw a duck on it, so we said, it can't be that hot.
Well, he wasn't right over the bubble.
But he wasn't over the bubble, so he must know to avoid those. But yeah, right, you could see the water bubbling in this lake, which was really cool.
And that's where we also went up to the overlook, which was that we were about the only ones on the trail, and we were up on top, and we could overlook all of Lake Yellowstone. And I think Mary's got some pictures of that.
Yeah, I got some of that. Yeah,
hiking up there. One more trip on that one, we walked to Duck Lake.
That was really cool. Duck Lake is like a lake where no cars can get to. You can only hike into it. And on that trail, we were the only ones on it for quite a while. And every time Mark's like, I hope we see bears. And in my mind, I'm saying, I hope we don't see bears. Well, luckily, we never saw bears on our hiking, for me, because I was a little bit worried about that. But Duck Lake was really cool.
Yes. And then we did another little hike a girl at the restaurant recommended. And it was a nice little, she says, I take my parents there.
Storm Point, I think it was called. Storm Point.
Point.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
And it wasn't too far away. And when we got to it, you had to walk in, and then the trail was split up to be a loop. Well, as we were walking in, people would come up to us and say, well, there's a bison sitting in the road, in the walkway. So if you go this way, a long way around, you'll see his back end. Then you have to walk all the way back. or you can go around this way, see his front end, and not have to go as far. So we walked around, and Mary's got a video of it. Mary was a little afraid of the buffalo sitting in the middle of the little walkway.
Anyway, the bison.
Bison,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. And he said, and he's like, "You could have got a better picture." And I'm like, I was a little bit nervous. I was like videoing Mark walking, and then I was like, okay, where is this bison?
And my view of it around the corner was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mary just put her hand around the corner,
With
got
the
mostly
camera.
trees.
That was it. But that was cool to see.
So
too.
then we saw him, and he wasn't moving, so we walked back, went a little bit the other way, and then walked back. That
Yeah.
was
That was
a
a good
hike,
one.
too.
Then we did a really big hike, a lot of miles, like about 5 or 6 miles. We think, we're not sure, but it was to Fairy Falls, right? Did you
Oh.
think about that one?
Oh no, I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
Fairy Falls.
Oh, that
which,
was part of the West Thumb endeavor, wasn't it?
we went a little bit
No, it
further.
wasn't.
We went up.
It wasn't. It was that we did that one all one day.
Yeah, we did, and we saw some again. You keep seeing
Yeah,
all these
we went
little
over
springs.
those Prismatic Falls, which are a prismatic spring,
Spring.
which is humongous, bubbling hot spring.
Yeah, I got a picture of that.
Yeah, and we went up to the overlook, which was a steep climb,
Yeah.
and then we a lot of pictures, and then we went down the other side, and there was no people. Then we walked to the ferry.
Fairy Creek Falls, and I have a picture of that. But as we're going to get on to Fairy Falls, because you had to and here's the thing, you had to park sometimes far away because there were so many people. But on this trail, there weren't very many people. And again, Mark was hoping to see a bear, and we'd see a few people pass us, coming back from the falls. But when we were first getting on it, this woman's like, it's 45 more minutes to get into the falls. So we were like, okay.
And
But
that's where there was a sign of recent bear sightings.
yes, and that's what got Mark excited.
And then it was wooded and secluded. It was actually
Yeah.
a great.
It was really a great hike, but it was pretty flat. Except when you got to the falls, you had to climb up.
The
But
falls were amazing.
yeah, so I got pictures of that. But it was really fun. So Yellowstone, we didn't know that much about it coming here, but it turned out to be a really good trip.
Yes.
And then again, we're just here. We got to see the Grand Teton Mountains, and they are beautiful. And the drive-through was great. Again, a lot of people on the hiking trails, it looked like. But when we got here, it started to rain a little bit, just sprinkling on and off. So since we're just going to be here for one day, we thought we'd just hang out. And then we're going to head to our next place, which...
We might see a ranger show tonight.
Oh, yeah, we might go see a show tonight at the park's putting on about, I think it's birds.
Yep.
Birds of the Tetons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna probably go see that tonight, and then we'll be heading on. So watch what we saw. I'll put that on here next of Yellowstone and the Grand Teton Mountains, and then we'll see you in the next video.